Government says it is working to rebuild the country's diplomatic service with a new cadre of diplomats as it prepares to soon make public the names of people appointed to diplomatic missions.
So I appreciate that the general public may seem 6 months has passed and we haven't named most of our diplomats. And that is true, but that is the reality we face. And it is better for us to get it right and get it right slowly than to rush ahead and get it wrong. So to that extent, we certainly expect that in the next 2 weeks or so, we will be making the necessary announcements as to who will be heading up our missions in the respective embassies across the world.
Prime Minister Dickon Mitchell said there is a large pool of people who have expressed interest in being appointed ambassadors, and government is going through the vetting process. He said not only will ambassadors be named, but also deputies who can provide the necessary support. The Grenadian leader said that individuals appointed will need to understand what is expected of them.
And so we now have to build an entire cadre of new diplomats, which means recruiting, training, educating, and stamping what we want out of our diplomats and the standards we expect. That is going to take time. So it's not just a question of saying John Brown is a diplomat, right? When they've had no diplomatic experience, no diplomatic training, understanding what it is to be a diplomat first and foremost, and second, what do we want out of our missions and our embassies, right?
He said a number of exercises must take place before people are appointed as ambassadors.
If you actually look at who have been our diplomats and the number of missions, the number of honorary councils and so on that has been in place, you will see that to some extent the diplomatic corps, Grenada's diplomatic corps, the support staff, the support structure has been decimated. There are no career diplomats, and those who are left are not performing as diplomats.
The disclosure was made during GBN's Beyond the Headlines Monday night. He said while diplomats have been recalled, the public must be mindful that their return will not be immediate, as there are some issues that surround the recall of diplomats, such as their preparations for themselves and their families. Cherry and Blackman Stephen, GBN News. Cherry and Blackman Stephen, GBN News.